Let's get into Britney Spears. Now, I've been rooting for Britney Spears ever since she's got her freedom, but it seems like things are going downhill, especially recently. We all know her house is a mess, there's dog poop everywhere, but I thought maybe she's been busy working on her movie. Remember her book, The Woman in Me? It's supposed to be a film, but it looks like the biopic is a disaster. Now, the director of Wicked, John M. Chu, and producer Mark Platt are already attached to the project, and it looks like Universal Pictures owns it. The movie is stuck in limbo because Britney can't keep her hands off the script. Quote, Britney banked a lot of control in her initial deal, but her inexperience with screenwriters, script development, and filmmaking in general is an obstacle in the process. In all fairness, I believe that. I mean, looking at Britney's Instagram captions, I was surprised by the book. It was written so well. It looks like Britney is torn on how much she wants to share with the world within this movie. The insider says, will her fans be open to a warts and all approach to her story? They're trying to figure that all out. They better do it soon, or Universal, who's developing the film, might drop it altogether, kind of like they did with Madonna's biopic in 2023. Now, recently TMZ did a deep dive into Britney Spears. They did a deep dive into Justin Bieber and uncovered that Scooter Braun had money that he was owed by Justin, which resulted in really Haley selling her company to go and get that money to pay Scooter Braun off. Let's just be real, people. Well, they did a documentary into Britney Spears, and they're trying to tell us that Britney is completely alone, that after her divorce from Sam Asghari, everyone in her life started to just disappear.
Britney Spears is in big trouble. Her marriage over. Her family estranged. Her friends.
Well, the family, let's be real, people. The family being estranged, that's been from the jump.
Non-existent.
I'm very much alive and well.
Her husband, Sam Asghari, has filed for divorce. This after an explosive argument over alleged cheating.
Now, the cheating supposedly happened. Well, what I've heard in reports is that supposedly Sam had caught Britney doing something with one of the employees, which ended up being Paul, her following boyfriend, who is a convicted felon and has like a billion kids.
The argument was the last straw for Sam, who has at times become a punching bag.
We're told by multiple sources, Britney got physical with Sam.
Her conservative
Oh, hell. They're saying Britney got physical with... They're making big allegations, and Britney's got a good lawyer.
leadership is history. She's on her own, and people are alarmed.
I'm mortified. You could get a call any minute. In the state she's going.
The 13-year-long
Wait, why does Dr. Drew act like he's gonna know anything about Britney's personal life?
conservatorship ended with warnings.
One of the recommendations, keep knives away from her.
The Free Britney movement turned into a tidal wave.
Wait, keep knives away from her? Throwback to the knives dance?
Free Britney movement, you guys rock. I honestly think you guys saved my life.
But now that she's on her own, did hashtag Free Britney actually put her at risk?
So roll your boat gently down the street.
TMZ investigates Britney.
Oh, stop there. Not them trying to say that Free Britney caused her downfall. I mean, the conservatorship uncovered conservatorship abuse as far as sending her off to the psychiatric hospital, having her lithium dub, the money that was being taken. So you can talk about mental wellness, but the actual conservatorship itself was problematic. This comment reads, isn't TMZ the reason that she had her first breakdown in 2008? The paparazzi chasing her with her baby? Now they're making money off of her downfall? Nice. Let's get into Kim Kardashian and Food God. Ugh, I hate referring to Jonathan Shiban, whatever his name is, as Food God. Like, a god to who? Really? I'm not a fan. I don't really like when anyone calls themselves gods or anything, like Kanye or whatever, but that's another conversation. Kim and her old friend Jonathan, the one who we would see on the show with the filler, I would assume that's filler. right? He's got to have a bunch of filler in his face. Well, it looks like these two best friends that could never be separated are no longer friends. Kim Kardashian and Jonathan Cheban's friendship is saying cracks, a source claims. It looks like it all goes back to Kim's feud with Larsa Pippen. Kim and Jonathan used to be impossible to miss together. If Kim was at a fashion show, a charity gala, a vacation spot, it looks like Jonathan was usually there. Larsa's feud with Kim Kardashian is probably the reason why Jonathan and Kim aren't close anymore. I mean, Jonathan's been there for so many years, but as soon as he showed up to a fashion show with Larsa, I think Kim felt like, you know what, I can't really trust him anymore if he's hanging out with one of my biggest enemies. Larsa was once upon a time one of Kim's closest friends before she started to have a bunch of plastic surgery to look like Kim. According to People magazine, their ending friendship was in part tied to Kanye West. It looks like Kanye encouraged Kim not to be friends with Larsa, like kind of positioning Larsa as below them and telling Kim, you know, if you want to become bigger and more famous, you can't be friends with people like her. Larsa at one point even accused the family of being brainwashed by Kanye, so that made it even more apparent that they're not friends. So Jonathan was recently at an event with Larsa. They were joined at the hip, red carpets, vacations, everything. But it's when Jonathan arrived at the same event with Larsa, fans put two and two together. An insider said they were joined at the hip, red carpets, vacations, everything. But Kim's empire exploded while Jonathan leaned harder into food god. Ugh, makes you vomit. The dynamic shifted. Jonathan insisted to Us Weekly, we're going to be friends forever. We talk all the time. However, the two have not been photographed with each other since 2022. The two people who would always be photographed together and paparazzi together haven't been seen together since 2022. And, you know, Kim is the queen of pictures. Honestly, if Kim got rid of Jonathan, I don't mind. I'm just not necessarily the biggest. Why would anyone be a fan of his? Leave that in the comments below. Thank you for watching this clip from the Let's Get Into It podcast. To view the full episode, visit the link listed below.